OCD? Anyone else here got OCD? Clap 3 times so your parents don't die. Alright, double check. You're in trouble. I get panic attacks too. For my panic attacks, actually, I take Xanax from my mom while she's asleep. Because it's real easy to take Xanax from people who take Xanax. They see 3-4 missing, they're like, I had a good time last night. Hell yeah. I can't drive when I get stoned anymore. Because every time I drive stoned, I just play this little game I like to call Everyone's a Cop. You ever play? I can be in front of a Toyota Yaris and I'm like, I'm fucking onto you. Right? Fucking narc-ass Yaris. You know, sometimes I'll lose my weed in my car and I'll think, well, if I can't find it. The cops can't find it, right? Yeah. That way I get pulled over, a cop is like, are there any drugs in the car? I can be like, you know, I think so. Do you want to help me look for them? You got one of those sniffy dogs? You know? I vape too. I'm very ashamed that I vape. I try to hide from people that I vape, but I feel like everyone knows that I do it because I smell like a strawberry muffin all the time. I was watching TV the other day and they said that one Juul pod, one of those little Juul pods, is equal to 20 cigarettes worth of nicotine. I was shocked. I was like, oh my god, man, you know, what a deal. Hey, look at that. It's like one of those. I think I'm a Juul man now. I noticed on TV there's no more cigarette commercials, but there's still alcohol commercials. That's not really fair, you know. Like, sure, tobacco has killed way more people, but alcohol has torn apart way more families than cigarettes have, you know? No one's ever been like, yeah, he hits me when he smokes. Two puffs of a Marlboro Red, I'm going through that fucking wall. I'm just saying, the guy with the hole in his neck, he still goes to your T-ball games. He's still cheering you on like, that's my son. I'm so proud of my boy. Actually, I used to work at a medical marijuana dispensary. Pretty cool. At the dispensary, we actually sold marijuana suppositories. That's sweet you put up your butt, if you didn't know. And I tried it, and I gotta say, you guys, worst puff pass. My friends are like, you got any weed? I'm like, there you go, right there. I learned a lot about myself. I learned I don't really like weed, but I love suppositories. I don't really smoke weed. I know I look like I do, but I don't. It just makes me really paranoid. I don't like smoking. It makes me really anxious. So when I worked there, it was really hard to recommend strains to people, you know? They'd be like, hey, how's the sour diesel? I'm like, oh, I couldn't stop crying. They're like, oh, what about the OG Kush? I'm like, oh, it's interesting you asked. I actually called the police on myself. Because I thought I was the devil. And they're like, ooh, that sounds good. I'll take that for my back. It's just what my back needs. See the fucking devil. I don't really feel like I believe in medical marijuana anymore. I used to. I don't know. Everyone was just coming and trying to get high. I could tell they didn't need it. I knew one guy for sure he didn't need it. He comes in, he goes, "Hey, what goes good with Xanax?" I was like, "I don't know, man. Maybe like a loving family, like just support system." I liked the dispensary job. One of the worst jobs I ever got. I worked at the Central Florida Zoo. I worked on the zip line there. That's nice, a zip line at the zoo, just in case you ever wanted to see animal cruelty from 300 feet in the air. You know, you get to say things like, "I'm free as a bird." I mean, not that bird, but... I'm as free as a different bird right now. Worst part about that job was I made $9 an hour to make sure people were safe on a zip line, which is not enough money to make sure people are safe on a zip line. I didn't care if they made it or not. We lost a lot of good kids, but one guy ziplined into a parked truck and just slammed right into a fucking truck. And my manager got all mad at me. She's like, "Why don't you run over to help that guy?" I was like, "Because I made 8 cents in the time it took him to hit that truck." Hell yeah. I got fired from that job. Not for the truck thing, but they're like, "He signed something, don't worry about it." I got fired because I was really rude to my boss. I was really lazy and I was slacking off one day. And she gave me this big rant, you know. And at the end of the rant, she goes, "Do you even take pride here? Do you take pride in this job?"
No.
That's what I said. I went, "No. It's a zip line. Why would I? It'd be weird. Strange. Who's ever been proud of a zip line? Who's ever been like, yeah, my daddy was a zip liner, and his daddy was a zip liner before him. I come from a long line of zip, motherfucker." That's my time, guys. You guys are awesome.